everyone, welcome back to Pris Corner with me Pris. I hope you're okay wherever you are. And today on What's Real or Not episodes, I'm gonna be discussing another Japanese comics slash manga series, which I've already covered on my main channel on Anchor. The series titled Ultra Maniac was made by Wataru Yoshizumi. The series contains 5 volumes in total and already has an anime version of it, which contains 26 episodes in total. If you want to know more about this series, I will leave the details in the link in the description box below. And let's jump right in on What's Real or Not episodes today. Okay, Ultramania. I have already concluded so far about the series based on 95% fantasy, 3% gray area, and 2% real. And as usual, I will start from the fantasy part and then go into the gray area and then go into the real part. But basically I will mix this series because I already watched the anime version. If you already listened to my in-depth review podcast, you already know that actually for this Ultramaniac, I prefer the anime version of it rather than the manga version. So basically it kinda gonna mix both of the series. Basically they have differences, but I think not a lot of differences. And if you already listened to the in-depth review episodes podcast, you already understand what I'm talking about. And if you already read the series and maybe watch a little bit of the anime version of it, you're gonna a little bit know what I'm talking about. At least you watch the first episode and the last episode, you're gonna understand what I'm talking about basically. And let's jump right in. Firstly off, the fantasy part, of course you know a whole lot of things about sorcerer and things like that is kind of fantasy, and the top notch of this is Nina uses her magic by using a mini computer that produces a certain items. Also in the anime version, her rival Maya Oihara uses the same thing as her, and it produces a pill or item similar like that basically has the function according to the spell that they input to the computer. They take it a top notch for the sorcery thing, which I really kinda fascinated about it, because usually sorcerer use their magic using a wand or using their hand only, or only like basically verbally saying the spell, but they take it top notch by using mini computer at the time. That was wow, fascinating, really. And another thing, like typical romance comedy cliche that you already know, everything's worked out well. And even though as a typical romance comedy cliche, this series This series wasn't having a lot of bumps, pretty straight line, so I would say it's pretty more bland even than the typical romance comedy cliche. It's go below that for me, pretty bland. And even though the cliche kind of still relatable if you already read too many romance comedy manga series, yeah. But this is take it into another level of the blandness of it, and really easy to understand, easy to predict basically. And yeah, the whole another thing, like in the anime version where there's a character that named Jun Kawanakajima, who is Nina classmate and accidentally see Nina use her magic. So he kinda like always spying on Nina to search for the proof, yeah, but always failed. The failed part is, and the only one who noticed is only him. Yeah, and mostly other classmates or other people in school, especially teacher, don't kind of like mix up into this. Basically, you don't even see a teacher in the series basically, so they kind of only like in the background, maybe only fading the background. Yeah, so and even though in the anime version they kind of like Nina basically in competition with Maya. Basically, there isn't any examiner or something else like that, but maybe because their goal is to collect 5 holy stones, so yeah, they just kind of like go at it, and there's no examiner or something else like that. After all, it's a competition to be a bride. And yeah, I think that concludes the fantasy part. And like lastly, just like everything is just always work out in Nina's favor, and everything, I mean not always work out in Nina's favor, but at least turns out to be alright, and there isn't really any big harm that's being inflicted to other characters in the series, even though it's just only on supporting cast, but there isn't anything like that. Again, let's conclude the fantasy part. Let's move on to the gray part. One thing that I have to mention in the gray part is just basically about how long you stay in love or basically liking your crush. Basically, in the series, one of the things that I kind of think almost impossible is how do you like someone almost like 10 years. I think it's if you have crush on someone on 2 or 3 years, it's okay, but 10 years is a pretty long time. Usually people kind of start to move on at that point, which is most of people do, but I don't know, maybe there's some certain person who can like some of 10 years maybe, but yeah, that's a pretty long time, you know. And those certain people that able to do that is pretty rare, I guess, and I haven't met one, so I put it in the gray area because I don't really know whether it's true or not. Maybe there is people like that who can like someone for about 10 years, but I guess those kind of people are pretty rare, and you can see those kind of people often. If it proves them that they are loyal to you. Yeah, and then the couple struggle in here, basically Nina with Hiroki and Ayu with Kaji. They also have their own struggle with their jealousy and things like that, but I think they kind of made up or basically make up, so they kind of like have an argument, have a conflict, because like Ayu and Kaji case, they kind of hide their feelings and not speaking up their feelings with one another, basically have an open and honest communication. And Nina and Hiroki, which basically have an argument, mostly because they usually like don't want to be the one who is weak, basically have their ego plays in that, basically. Because Nina always like, it's gonna be fine, and Hiroki like, no, it's not gonna be fine, or please rely on me, something, but Nina doesn't want to do it, and things like that. But the things that I have to mention is maybe the struggle kinda relatable to real life. But one part about it is when they make up, basically they have an argument and then they make up, or basically made up, fix the problem is kind of quick because they kind of reflecting it on a short period of time and try to fix the problem quicker, because mostly in real life people kind of, if they have a problem with one another, I guess mostly people just kind of stay silent about it and not reflect a lot on it, basically, and always blame the other one. I don't know, this only based by my own experience, and when I see other couples outside there in the real world. So maybe nowadays people start to go into like a therapist or a third person in order to reconcile some arguments, I guess, or they can do it by themselves. I see that, but I'm not really sure because I haven't seen really right in front of me. I just heard about it or only known about it, but I don't really know. So that's why I put in the gradients how quick they fix their problems, and they just bring up those difficult conversation and having open and honest communication about what they feel about certain things, what they like, what they don't like about these certain things or certain person or certain condition, basically, and how ended up they unite together and helping one another between those couples, so these 4 people can help each other or help their partner, things like that. Yeah, this kind of gray area. Okay, let's conclude the gray area, then I move on into the real part. The real part of this series, basically, like I mentioned, is about the couple struggle itself, and I think it's about like in the anime version where it's Jun Kawanakajima who accidentally caught Nina red-handed when Nina used her magic. If it's not really illegal in some way, but yeah, there's some real part that you can be basically caught up when you're doing something, caught up red-handed, I mean. And yeah, I think one of the things is like about Yuta Kirishima, the best character in the series, which basically able to move on from Nina after had a long crush on Nina for about 10 years since their childhood phase, which only Ayu and Yuta who knows about it. And in the manga is Mito Kirishima, Yuta Kirishima older sister, who kinda know about Yuta crush on Nina. Until the other series, Nina never even know that Yuta has a crush on her, basically. I guess but part of real is just like how Yuta be able to let go, I think, because he already seen that Nina happy. There are people like that, but as I said, pretty rare. I even only met a few people like that, not much, but I can assure you that kind of people still real, but really, really rare. They're able to let go. The crush that they're already holding for a long time, and try to move on and just chase after their own happiness. Also, even after all of this, Yuta still help Nina and still care and protect Nina like her own family, and which is really nice. Both in the manga or the anime version, basically Yuta able to move on and has a crush on someone else. I think the real part of it is because how quick that people can finally let go and then move on to other people, basically fall in love or at least liking certain other people. Yeah, I think how quick the process of their move their crush to someone else, it just kind of relatable to real life, and I really guarantee that it was real because I see it happen all the time. Sometimes I see my friend liking like this A person, and then after she or he thinks that they not gonna get the person, they move on to someone else, the B person or to C person. So how quick the process is kind of real for me. Okay, that's all for the what's real or not episode today. I'm sorry if so many wrong pronunciation and grammar and almost like a rant, but again, hope you enjoy my content, and thank you for listening so far. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram to know what kind of content that I'm gonna be uploading both on KoFi Page and on my main channel Anchor. And don't forget to stay tuned on my KoFi Page, also my main channel on Anchor. And by the way, my podcast is already available on other podcast platforms like Google, Spotify, Pocket Cast, Overcast, Radio Public, Breaker. Yeah. I'm voice by Anchor basically. And hope to see you soon on Master Runner episodes. Bye bye.